Skywrath is the strongest position 4 in the patch, if you build him correctly. Hello everyone! A few months ago, just after the patch came out, I created a Skywrath guide as I believed he might become a meta hero. He did, and right now I would say he's probably the strongest position 4 out there. However, after playing him about 100 times and watching about 10 replays from pro players, I decided to create a full, updated guide that will show you how to play him for free MMR. To start this off, I'll just say that the playstyle of the hero is pretty clear now, and there is one key idea behind that hero that makes him so strong. The guide before did not have it, and this is why I'm creating a new one. Some basic stuff. Skywrath is 625 attack range hero with 325 movement speed. This makes him one of the most efficient harassers in the game. On the other hand, he has quite weak damage at level 1 and 0 armor, which makes him a weak trading hero. However, your W is a very long range 40% slow that works in AoE and costs only 80 mana, making it one of the best level 1 spells in the game. With this information, you should already see how you should be playing Skywrath at level 1. You can hit enemies from far away and kite them with your superior movement speed and slow. You should never allow enemies to come close and trade versus you early on. You're both quite bad at that and also have a way to avoid it. Keeping that in mind, you need to be extra mindful of heroes that can close the gap on you. Tusk, CK and PE are your biggest enemies. The main thing that has changed about my build skill-wise is pretty much always maxing out your Q, unless there's a really important hero that gets ruined by silence, like Puck. Otherwise, by level 4 you want to be 2-1-1, and then you just max out your Q. Just keep in mind that at level 3 you will take a second point in your Q, unless you really need the silence for a kill. So here is an important part. You understand how you should play when you start the lane, but here's the thing. W with your right clicks is your harass tool, and at level 2 you don't want to spam your Q too often. It is a good harass spell, but you don't have much mana to sustain it, while your W is still one of the best tools to get good trades in. If you can get a kill with that, or enemies don't have a stick, sure. But in most cases, you start spamming your Q once you hit level 3 and get a second point in it. This is something I've noticed a lot while watching pro replays. Because at that point, you will have your first null talisman. This hero needs it way more than arcane boots, because you get so much more from the item than most other heroes. You have the second highest int gain in Dota, only behind Pagna, but in reality you will use your mana a lot, way more than Pagna does. That's why getting a null talisman is important. It buffs your mana pool and regen. When you get level 6, you really want to start using your ultimate on stunned targets. With your full combo and any stun, you're pretty much guaranteed to kill any hero you want. That's why you're naturally going to play around stun heroes, whether that's on your mid lane, offlaner, carry or the other support. Think of where you get the kill easiest or where is the most impactful, and get that kill. Now here's the key part of this build. Skywrath is a hero that deals a lot of damage, but he struggles with mana a lot. There's one item that fixes that issue, literally just fixes it instead of helping, and that's Kaya. This item is non-negotiable. If you were getting Athos or Glimmer like I talked about in the last guide, just stop. Once you start playing with Kaya, you will never go back to any other item. Other than int and spell damage, you get mana regeneration amplification. This item is made for the hero. Every pro player in the past 2 months has bought this item, and for a good reason. Even though it's greedy, you've picked Skywrath position 4 and you will get kills. This is the item you should always go for. It makes your bolts deal crazy damage and you can spam them way more because you actually have mana for it. From there, you have a bit more freedom, but the best item you can usually get after that is Meteor Hammer. This allows you to farm any camp or wave better than the shard does. It is also built from Kaya, and the upgrade costs only 750 gold. While this isn't something you will get every game, sometimes you need to go back for a Glimmer or even Solar. This is what I've been doing a lot, and pro players are doing it as well. It helps you farm, push buildings, gives you HP, and provides 24 int total. It's crazy good on the hero. Okay, you've got your hammer, you've got some kills. What's next? Well, it depends on the game. In most games, my next item is either Aghanim's or Hex, depending on how much control we've got. If you want to play more towards the team, options like Glimmer or Solar are still good, but they don't help you with what you do best. And I would say Skywrath is actually the strongest support in Dota in terms of damage. Skywrath offers unlimited damage. As long as you have mana, you will keep getting kills. This hero usually tops the kill chart, as it's very easy to join a fight and kill 2 or 3 heroes. The only thing that limits you is your mana pool, and as I said, Kaya mostly fixes this issue. Because of how good the item is, I usually rush it straight after Brown Boots and Null Talisman. With it, you don't really need Arcane Boots, and more often than not I actually get run kills. You can also get a second Null Talisman, as it never hurts to increase your mana pool even more. There's also an angle to get Kaya and Sanj instead of Meteor Hammer, and it helps you a lot. I believe it also improves your innate heal, but this is the greedy choice. Considering you're a support in the end, and you usually have enough mana to win fights, and how strong the Meteor Hammer is, I usually skip it. It's something you can get though, so keep that in mind. Keep in mind that while this hero's playstyle is the most optimal, there are games where you want a different build, depending on what the enemies have. Against heroes like PA or Ursa, you might need Use or Ghost Scepter. Sometimes you will need an early Hex to deal with enemy Pack or Storm. This item is great on the hero, by the way, while in other games you can get a Blink to land your silence. Maybe your carry is out of control and all you need is a Solar Crest or Lotus Orb for him. These are still viable options. The build above allows you to constantly dish out damage, but there will be games where that isn't needed. Going back to basics, at level 10 you want Arcane Bolt cast range, at level 15 it's the silence cooldown, 6 seconds is crazy. At level 20 I always take Global W, as with Aghanims it clears waves globally. As for level 25, if you ever reach it, both talents are good. Make your decision based on the game. As for playstyle, you really want to play with stun heroes. When I pick the hero, I used to say, please pick stuns. I think people are getting better at drafting around the hero now, as he's quite meta, but it still doesn't hurt to say it. One stun pretty much guarantees a good ultimate, and with that, probably a kill. You're supposed to max your Q pretty much every time, but if you're against a dominating Pack or Ember, getting 2 points in Q and then maxing silence is the way. Maxing Q allows you to recast it every 2 seconds, and when it hits, it also gives vision. That means you can chase people even if they juke you in trees, because the vision lets you cast the next one. Just keep in mind that Q spam is closely connected to the Kaya build. Without it, after getting one big round of spells, you'll need to go back base. I think Skywrath is the best position for a hero in the current patch for the reasons I listed. Mastering the hero will bring you a lot of MMR and fun, because you can kill every hero in the game, unlike most other supports. It does take some practice, and a bit of piano fingers to click all your buttons so quickly, but if I can pull it off at 32, you can too. If you would like to see a full Skywrath replay, let me know in the comments. Unlike Keeper of the Light, the playstyle is quite simple, but I still suggest watching a replay or two from pro players. If you want a replay with commentary though, that's up to you. Thanks for watching, subscribe to the channel if you want to improve as support, and as always, see you!